What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Wiz back again with another video, and in this video I want to go over the best wide angle lens for Canon APS-C cameras. So 9 times out of 10 you probably stumbled across this video by searching the best Canon APS-C lenses or the best wide angle lens for APS-C cameras, the best real estate photography lens for APS-C cameras, or even the best vlogging lens for Canon APS-C cameras. And if you do conduct that search in the YouTube engine, you're going to come across a lot of people talking about this lens right here, which is the Canon 10-18mm STM Lens wide angle. Now before I get into explaining about the lens, I do want to let you know, if you haven't realized already, I have a crucial echo on my background. I just moved into this beautiful brand new home and I barely have anything in here, so just bear with me. If you want to subscribe to my channel, you'll see how over time the audio will get better. So the way that I ended up getting my hands on the Canon 10-18mm STM was that I was looking for a good vlogging lens, and I was originally vlogging with the Kit Lens, but the Kit Lens, which I'm recording on right now, it only gets but so wide. I really wanted, more of a wide angle, so when I'm holding the camera up, it's capturing, more of my background, and I just wanted, wide angle shots at the gym, because when I'm recording at the gym, I don't like to be in people's way, and if I have a lens that's too zoomed in, I record my workouts and stuff, I have my camera on a tripod, it gets a little bit hard to without being in people's way, to really record. So that's when I came across the Canon 10-18mm, and it actually came with another lens as a part of a kit. It was a portrait and travel kit. I had this 50mm right here, which I'm pretty sure you heard of, the Nifty 50, and came with the 10-18. So both of these lenses are great Canon budget APS-C lenses, but we're talking about this one today. Now, although this lens does have a bit of girth to it, it's really light in the hand, it's light on your camera. As far as the switches on the lens, it has a switch to turn on and off your autofocus and your manual focus, and this lens also has image stabilization built into it, so you can cut that on or off, which I really don't see why you would ever cut it off. Now the zoom range of this lens is really small, and if you know about Canon APS-C cameras, you know that you have to add a 1.6 times crop onto any lens you put onto the camera, whether it's crop sensor or full frame lenses. So when you actually times the focal length of this lens times 1.6, what you really have is more like a 16 to about, I want to say a 28, a 29mm lens, and it's really just to compete with the full frame 16 to 35 focal length for an APS-C body. Now this lens has a 67mm diameter around, so if you're buying any type of ND filter, any type of UV filter, polarizer, you need to make sure that you get a 67mm one so it can fit this lens. And the reason why they call this an STM lens is because it has a different type of motor in it where the auto focusing is very quiet, and it's very good when you have it on a camera like what I'm recording on now, the Canon T7i, which has dual pixel autofocus. So as far as the aperture for this lens goes, it's a 4.5 to 5.6 aperture. So when you're at 10mm, you're going to be at a 4.5 aperture, letting more light in, and as you zoom in just a little bit, because this lens barely zooms in, you're going to be at a 5.6 aperture. Now if you're into taking landscape photography, this lens is more than capable because of the wide angle you're going to be capturing, all of the scene. The aperture isn't really going to be a big deal for you unless you're shooting in low light. This lens isn't that good in low light, but if you're looking for just something to take photographs outside during the day, this lens is more than capable of taking some very nice landscape shots. So I'm gonna go ahead and just throw this lens on the T7i so you can just see how the vlogging experience looks firsthand. So first and foremost, this is the Canon Kit Lens, the 18-55 I'm vlogging on. As you can see, it works decent, but it's not that wide. You really can't see much of my scene. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw the 10-18 on so you can see the difference. So now I have the Canon 10-18mm on my T7i, whatnot, and now you see more of my scene is in the frame now. I got the kit lens in my hand, and I'm standing in the same spot that I was in with the kit lens. The kit lens, I actually can zoom into 18. That's how the kit lens was right there. So that going down to 10 millimeters just gives you that extra, just, you know, boom, vlogging experience, so people can kind of get more of your scene, where you're at. You can walk around, you know, you can see your entire body. It's not just zoomed in, because that's not too flattering. You know, zoomed in isn't too flattering when you're talking about vlogging. You want that good wide angle so you have more space and just, you know, a better experience when you're vlogging. I also do real estate photography as well, and you see how when I'm at 10 millimeters and I go to a corner of the room, I can take a picture of the entire area. When people are looking at real estate listings, they want to see the entire room. So as you see, you'll get to see each angle at its widest, and it's actually a plus, because when you shoot with a wide angle lens doing real estate, it makes your scene look bigger, it makes your house look bigger. So it's just a better experience. Now, if I was into 18, you know, it wouldn't be that bad, but then again, look at this. I zoom in to 18, you can't even see the floor at this point. You know, I zoom out, just a total different experience. Imagine if you're going to buy a home and someone's taking a picture of the kitchen from the dining room area. Let me go back to this corner. They're taking a picture of the kitchen and dining room area, you know. Say if that chair wasn't there, it's just all floor. Matter of fact, let me do that real quick. All right, there we go. Chair is moved, you see all floor. Now, would you like a listing that looked like this, with this picture on it, or that? You know what I mean? That just looks better when you're talking about just being able to see an entire area. Now, this would still be a good shot, but this looks better. So as of the time of this recording, the Canon 10-18 is going for $279, you know, just by itself. That's brand new. You can probably find it used for the lower 200s, but if you don't have the 50 millimeter yet, it would really be smart of you to go ahead and pick up the 10-18 along with the Nifty 50 as a kit, portrait and travel kit. You can pick that up on Amazon for $349. So I think it makes more sense to pretty much get this lens for 70 bucks along with, you know, the $279 you would have paid anyway. Getting the 10-18, that's just a good bang for your buck and great value. So that's where I'm gonna go ahead and leave it for this video. I hope you guys really did enjoy it and found some value in it. And like I said, if you need a good vlogging lens, a lens to take real estate photography photos or landscape photos outdoors, or you just want a nice budget wide angle lens for your Canon APS-C camera, check out the Canon 10-18mm STM lens. You won't be disappointed. Great value for the price. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. If you did find this video useful and you like this type of content, I would really appreciate it if you guys subscribe to my channel. And until then, I'm gonna catch you guys in my next video. Deuces, baby.